Yeah, I was just talking about, you know, old cars versus new cars. Are old cars better? And the question that always comes up is, old cars are better because they have better style. There's personality, there's character, there's soul, that kind of thing. And, you know, you can argue back saying, when those cars were brand new, were people thinking that when they bought these cars, right? I know a lot of people lately, but last couple of decades going, all these cars are starting to look the same. All of these cars are starting to look like, jelly beans. No real styling going on. Everything's rounded, or nothing really turns the crank on these regular cars. Regular cars, like the Chevy Bel Air was a regular car, and it's still so popular. They're bringing it back. Go buy one in a dealership. You know, when you walk up to your like, there was a guy I was working with, and he went out and bought a Hyundai Tucson. And I look at that car and I'm like, why? You know, because it's cheap. You could put it on payments, and it was relatively cheap, and it had all the electric windows and whiz bangs, I guess. And you get it for a decent price or something. But I look at that and I'm like, it's a blah car. It's no personality. You know, does your car, like, if you own a new car, does it have a personality on its own without you giving it one? Not saying, oh, my grandpa this, or, there was a story that happened and now I call it, Jessica. you know, Nothing like that. The worst car ever, the Volkswagen Beetle, you have to hand it to it. The car did have a personality to it. Not one that was marketed or anything like that. The car just looked weird and was off, and it was nothing like it at the time. And they hung on to that styling for forever because it worked. It had a personality, and it had personalities attached to it. As much as I would never drive one, you have to hand it to that Volkswagen Beetle. Probably not the best example, but also maybe the best example. When you get into your Toyota RAV4, when you get into your, I don't know, Kia Seltos, when you get into your Chevy Malibu, did the car speak to you? Does it turn your crank? Does it, you know, stir the juices? That's what I mean by, character and personality. Anyway, let me know your thoughts.